Hey guys, William Bryce here with William Bryce Wrestling, coming to you with another WWE Championship belt review. Now, in this case, you'll see that we have two championship belts. I have the Men's NXT Tag Team Championship, and I have the Women's NXT Tag Team Championship. Now, if you've checked out my other videos, you already know that I've done two videos on this belt. One for the replica as it came from WWE Shop itself, and the other with the Paul Martin send-out strap, which I am currently sporting. The reason I have both belts, though, is because part of this video is actually going to be a little bit of a comparison and a contrast between these two championships. So definitely check that out a little bit later in the video, but here we go. So here we have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, as you might know if you watch some of my other videos, a big sticking point I have with these championships is the material of the strap itself. Unsurprisingly, this one does have the faux leather strap. As you guys know, not very flexible, a little bit of a criticism of mine. This one may be a little bit more flexible because the first thing I always do, and some people might not like this, the first thing I always do when I get a belt is I always try to bend it into shape because I want to have that feeling of putting it over my shoulder and seeing it actually drape down. Now, you'll see even with this belt, it's not really doing that. I've had this one for less than 2 weeks. I've barely gotten it out. It's been hanging up on a wall vertically, so it's not even been bent other than just being in my hand. But as you can see, it's got the usual thing that the faux leather has, which is it's just not very flexible. That being said, that's never been enough for me to be like, oh, this belt isn't a good belt. So that's the big thing. Of course, we got the plates, like they usually are. It's kind of cool because it has the little certificate on the back. It's actually round instead of rectangular. I know, tiny detail. I just never noticed it until literally just now. Much like the Men's NXT Tag Team Championships, it does not have any metal end plates. So we just have these. One thing that I thought was cool, I actually only noticed this prior to doing this video, is this one has the NXT logo side plates straight from WWE Shop. Now, the reason I find that significant is because the Women's NXT Championship, at least the one with the black strap, has the WWE logo when I bought it. The Men's NXT Tag Team Championship also has the WWE logo, but the Women's Tag Team Championship has the NXT logo. Now, personally, I strongly prefer the NXT logo just because I love having the NXT main logo, or plate main logo, and I love having it bordered by the NXT side plates. In fact, I'm actually in the process of trying to find more of these NXT side plates to replace them on the belts that I already have. But the strange thing is, at least at the time of recording, WWEshop.com does not have these nor the WWE ones ready for sale. So just a little note that if you care about the side plates like I do, I like having the generic ones because it's really hard for me to pick a favorite wrestler. So it's one of those things where if you're like me, you might have a little bit of searching to do, or if you find it and you know you're going to want it later, you honestly might as well get it then. If I had known that, maybe I could have saved myself a lot of time and a lot of searching. So here in a moment, we're going to go on to the next part of the video, which will be that comparison. And some of the stuff might be a little nitpicky, but here we go. Hey guys, so here is this comparison that I was talking about. Now, there's really two big differences that I'm going to focus on here. The first is going to be the size difference, and the second is going to be the inverted colors. Now, the size differences are really the same that they are with the Men's NXT Championship and the Women's NXT Championship, with the women's being smaller than the men's. Now, in this case, if I take the women's and lay it on top of the men's, you can see that it, quite frankly, is just smaller in every way, shape, and form. The bottoms of these I actually have lined up as close as I can to vertical, to the point where I am actually pushing these and I'm touching both belts. And as you can see, we can actually see the men's main plate actually sticking up just a smidge above the strap for the women's belt. So it really is smaller in every single way. But the other thing, and for me this is actually a little bit of a bigger deal, is the side plates. Now you'll notice that I grabbed some side plates over here. One is from one of my men's NXT championships, and the other is from my wife's women's NXT championship. Now, the big thing that I didn't know for the longest time until I got my wife those championships, and even then I didn't know for a while, is that the women's side plates, are smaller than the men's. If I line those up in the bottom right corner, that's the difference in the size. So if I put the women's on top of the men's, it's literally sitting inside of the border of that other one. Same thing, if I put the men's on top of the women's, I mean, heck, takes up a lot more of that side plate, in fact. But the big thing about that means that I could never put these side plates on this belt, nor could I take these side plates and put them on this belt. And, you know, for a lot of people, you're going to say, oh, well, if you get a woman's custom side plate, you're going to put it on a woman's belt. If you're going to get a men's custom side plate, you're going to put it on a men's belt. Well, you know, what if you are like me and you like the NXT ones, or you like the WWE ones? Or what if you identify as non-binary? You know, that's something that other people might care about. So I really wish that, one, these were more uniform, and two, that they were more widely available for other people. Now, the other one, and I don't think this is surprising to many people, is the inverted colors. Much like the men's NXT championship, it's very much inverted. We have the gold background with the silver in the front of the men's. With the women's, we have the silver background with the gold in the front. In fact, even these side plates, not only in size, the men's are gold with the silver in the front, and then these are silver with the gold in the front. So it's just a little bit of a unique difference there. So with that being said, they're the same, but they're not the same. Of course, the other big thing that says women's. That one's pretty self-explanatory. But there you go, guys. There is the comparison part of the video. So as you guys see, really the main differences in this case are going to be your size variations and the inverted colors, not only of the strap, but on the plates themselves. Like I said, the biggest thing is probably going to be those side plates being the different size, because that means that the men's and the women's are not interchangeable, nor are even the logo, NXT logo or WWE logo ones, interchangeable. But with this one, you know, there's not a lot to be said. The design, I'm going to repeat a lot of what I said about the men's belt. It's basic, but it's not as basic as the original NXT championships from 2014, but that's what I love about them. So that being said, thank you guys for supporting me. I have to do the typical thing. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm getting more views every time I do one of these, and I appreciate that so much. Please check out William Bryce Wrestling on Instagram. I do a lot more of my wrestling posting there. And definitely keep following me, because I want to do as many of these belt reviews as I can. I've got some exciting projects on the horizon, including doing review belts for championships of local promotions, including the ones I wrestle for. So thank you guys. I really hope you guys are having a great 2023, and we'll see you later.